The first task of a leader is to build other leaders. As a leader, it's very important to identify and understand how your team works. Who is more vibrant, who is bubbling with energy, who has great ideas, and who's merely doing a job for a paycheck end of the day. Professional growth is a choice left often to people. The people who reach the top and those who are comfortable where they are is merely the desire of potential to get where they wish to go. Growth is a choice which can make a world of a difference in a person's life. Great leaders don't do extraordinary things, they just do ordinary things differently. The foremost task of a visionary leader, be it in any profession, is to build people. Build people, build other leaders. Have you ever worked in any institutions where you have been suppressed, where you have been told why you should not do the things you would like to do, instead of being told how would you do it differently? Have you constantly been challenged, penalized for being creative? Has your boss picked up an argument for having done something in a more innovative, out-of-the-box way? If these are questions where you find a yes, then you have been working in a negative environment which does not encourage or promote leadership skills. I've seen so many fantastic individuals, excitingly creative, where their bosses have clipped their wings, muted their conscience, and have injected panic and fear in them. I wish I could change their life's processes, but being stuck in there is a choice people make. Unless one comes out of the baggage which they are carrying, no one can really bring inner healing. When you become a leader yourself, do not repeat what your bosses are doing and help others not to carry the baggage they've been carrying. The willingness to adapt and change is the most important thing as a leader. People in leadership at times are unwilling to change, unwilling to adapt, unwilling to be more fluid than they usually are. You may be a school teacher, a college professor, an entrepreneur, a scientist, a politician, or a company representative, or anybody under the sun. If you do not change yourself with time and stick to your old guard, you will never be able to rise forth and appreciate a modern day leadership. Napoleon Bonaparte, one of the finest military generals in history, when addressing an opponent he defeated, he said, "You guys plan days before the battle without understanding the movement and plans of your adversary. That is your mistake. You are unable to adjust with the situation on ground because you have a plan in your mind and you would prefer to stick to that." Our world today is revolving around coronavirus. Calls for more flexibility and adaptability. Many of us, if not most, belong to this category who find it difficult to adapt. It's also very interesting when I interact with bureaucrats in the government. They quote clauses, they say rules of why something cannot be done, instead of finding one reason why it should be done. I often tell people in the bureaucracy with an open mind that if you are to quote a rule book, a clerk and a computer is enough. These days, probably a mobile phone with high-speed internet is good enough. When you sit in a chair of leadership position of a decision that can be taken, remember you need to use your mind. Otherwise, robots could do your job. You don't need a bureaucrat, you don't need a leader to guide if you're going to quote clauses and rules. Many a times when I did my MBBS and MD, whenever I went to the dean's office, I would get reasons and reasons of why something really can't be done. why something can't be accepted, and why the dean would not be in favor of supporting anything where I was involved or which involved tasks out of the box. Almost every time the senior leadership supported me because it was enabling institution building. As a leader, thank someone deeply today and every day. We all need help. Who doesn't? Why not send a note to thank people for all the support and help they've extended, for all the good work carried out, or even for a moment of encouragement? It makes a life of a difference in the people's life. It makes world of a difference in the life of people. I remember a time when one law school dean had willingly agreed to attend a program I was hosting as a guest of honor, and some days later I sent him a note of thanks for the words he shared and for the time he spent. I did not realize something. What I did not realize is that the letter I sent to him fascinated and motivated him so much that he ended up framing it in his office and carried it with him later. It was just a simple note of gratitude and encouragement, but it became a spark that lit the fire and set the flame burning. Do you also want to set the flame burning? As I conclude, what is it that you could do today and inspire action? Build others. Number 1. Adapt and change as often as you can. Number 2. Thank someone today in mind and spirit, heart and soul. Number 3. Inspire action, inspire leadership. Like and subscribe this channel if you've liked the content and would like to have more of it. Post your comments. Thank you very much.